This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, yesterday we discussed regarding Facebook business page. Today we shall be seeing how we create ads, and this is going to be the first step into, at least as far as this digital marketing session is concerned, a step into marketing and creating campaigns basically. So here, this would be the first step, and it's also a very easy one to understand the things which are going to come forward as we do other kinds of campaigns and marketing, just a marketing campaigns. Okay, to start with, I just want to show you a slide. I think that we had discussed regarding this earlier. Okay, you should get familiar with this structure, this ad. There may be some changes when we go into Google Ads, but more or less it's going to remain same. Instead of ad set, you're going to have ad group, and in place of Facebook account, you'll also have first your Gmail account. Your Gmail ID, then you have Google Ads account. So maybe one or two levels adds up, but more or less this is a standard structure across all the campaigns which you're going to create on social. Your best marketing campaigns. As far as Google, Facebook, you can do the same even on LinkedIn, Twitter. So we should be doing that ahead. But for now, to start with, this is a structure you start getting familiar with, and each uh, layer, or that row you see that, it will be named, and each campaign can have multiple ad set, and one ad set can run multiple ads. So what is this basically? So starting with your campaign, it's the goal. What do you want your audience to take action of? Is it about you reaching out to many people, or even if you for that case you saw the screen earlier, even in awareness there are two. One is reach and one is brand. Once I'll bring up that page. Okay, so here reach, it may be just reaching out, and you can say to the mass. But again, there's another phase there which is brand awareness. So here your ad is likely to be shown to people who have some interest, or in other words you can say affinity towards that category which you'll be configuring the audiences, or it can be the geographical targeting which you'll be doing, scheduling and all these. So basically the configuration comes in a little later part. Um, but even to understand it, first you reach out to them, make it visible for them, and then if once they're familiar with you, they take actions. It can be messaging you. Engagement here can be liking the post, sharing, commenting, and traffic again from your social media handle, you taking them to your landing page or website. So those kind of consideration actions. And finally, you see the third one, which is conversion, where it turns into, if you have a website and it has payment gateway, you can um, get the sale done right away, and catalog sales, store traffic. So if you have an e-commerce store, you can drive them from your social media handle towards that, and you see some conversions happening there. But that stage, you can see, I told you earlier as well, you can start right away, but if you follow a process, so it'll go, on a longer run, there'll be a better, higher rate of conversion. Okay, so going back to the slide again, in the second part, what you see there is ad set. If you can take a screenshot or something of this, it'll be great. This is important. Okay, so the second layer, or the second row, you can see when I plan to schedule an ad, what time are you planning to show this ad to your audiences, and later is the budget, what how much are you willing to spend for this campaign, and then bidding. So bidding and budgeting, two different things there. And in budget, also in Facebook, you have a daily budget and lifetime budget. So daily budget is the amount, a certain set amount which you will be spending on a fixed amount which you will be spending on daily basis. If you say lifetime budget, say a bigger amount where the ad's going to be live and it's going to be running until the budget exhausts. So until what budget you have set, it completely is used or made use of, and till then your ad's going to be shown and it's going to be running. But if you set a daily budget, you should be having until you, okay, there's also start and end date. In case you don't keep an end date, like I told you earlier, more or less like your other subscriptions, be it Netflix, Spotify, those kind of thing, it's going to be getting debited from your account on a monthly basis. So subscriptions, right? And then targeting. So here would be your audience segment. It can be the topics, it can be what are you looking at, whom are you uh, planning to target this ad at. So if you can go back and think about 4 P's of marketing. So there you have placement and distribution, same. So more or less each topic is interrelated. So that's why we start with that, and then even when you come over here, the concepts align. Fine. Then placement. So placement basically here means see, Facebook owns Instagram and it can even show up on Messenger. So where are you planning to show the add-on? Or like I told you earlier, we have news feeds here and we have the right column ads. We'll just go through, we'll just have a look at them before we continue creating the ad once. And the final one, what you see there is the creative. So this is the part where you'll be mostly designing and writing content here, adding videos, pasting the link, the text. Text here can be your headline, description, all this. And this is the only visible part which will be shown to your audiences. Rest is something which is done internally, but that process is to be done to reach the final stage. Okay, any doubts on this? I can go ahead. Okay, any doubts regarding this, or can I go ahead? Let me know, because this is very important for you to get it. Like I told you earlier, please take a screenshot if possible if you're on a mobile. Okay, a common procedure. Just let me know in the chat section. If all good, I'll continue from here. Hope I'm audible. Okay, one person says no doubt. Can I get a yes in the chat section? So we go ahead. Oh, wow, someone instructed me. Great, great. Okay, good. Some kind of interaction will be good. Fine. Okay, I hope you've taken the screenshot of this. What I can zoom in a bit. Okay, so going back to this, this is your ads manager, basically your home page or your ad creation homepage. There are two ways of actually running ads. One would be the guided format where everything is going to be set. You just click on yes, no, and then select few options, and you come to the end of it where you should be seeing the review screen where your budget gets displayed and the image. So if you go through Ads Manager, you have few more steps and you can configure a lot more. And you should be seeing the same in Google Ads as well, where same, very similar. Like there is a guided format, goals and guidance are there. So there's also a method where it's called an expert mode, which you should be seeing in later classes. So there you have to configure manually, and that's good to initially start off with. I mean, at least for classes per se. But again, if you're doing on individual, if a business owner wants to create an ad for the first time, they can use a guided platform. But we'll just have a look what's difference we're gonna be seeing with this and that. Okay, so the minute we come to the home screen, you should be seeing this. And why it's important to name those three rows and the layers what you saw, campaign, ad set, and group is you can create multiple ad set and groups once you start a campaign. So in this campaign, I can start one more ad set and run multiple ads under it. So you see the structure here, campaigns, ad set, and ads. Yeah. And this page also you should be getting the details whether it has been published or what's happening with the campaign and how much has it break the views and what's actually happening with it. So you have the reach, impressions, amount spent. These are a demo. I've used another profile for that basically, but still you get an overall idea, even impressions. So Facebook ads are, you should be seeing mostly on the impression side. There are clicks. You can configure to clicks as well. So what are the which strategies or types of which we have? We have CPC, cost per click. There is CPV, cost per view. Then there is CPM, cost per mil or millennium. Then you have cost CPA, cost per acquisition. So these are some of the strategies and how you set according that. I mean, it depends on the campaign that you're starting up. So more options are always on Google Ads. We'll start quite simple here, create an ad. And before that, let's see if we can create a basic one. So here in this page, you see ads. Okay. And if you want to see more ads which are created earlier, I think I just showed you this page yesterday. I mean, Google has this as well on YouTube, like how to create great videos. And here as well, you have tutorials how to create great Facebook ads. You can have a look at it later. Strategies, creativity, I mean, your creative approach, everything is here. And generally, if you want to start an ad, say I'll choose this and see the layout. It's quite different to the one which we will be doing from Ads Manager. So here, if I choose my goal to be, say, get more messages. Okay, it picked up from one of my pages, which I'm part of, and that's again dynamic where it shows the details and also budget adjust at once right away. I didn't have to do much here, and it's also giving me a daily estimate of how many people I can reach. So that's around 182, 342 at a cost of around, how much is that? For 7 days. With tax, it's going to be 456. And it also has taken a random audience here, a start date, end date, and a budget, minimal budget there. So once we do all these configurations, your ad shall be shown on the home screen. But until and unless you uh, add in some money to this account, your ad is not going to be active. So make sure if you're starting a campaign, you've created everything and it's showing that it has to go live. Definitely some amount has to be uh, credited into it. So that was just one click, and I got an ad here. See here, I can even edit the CTA, the headline, and it says it's a little beyond the character limit, I guess. So it was an image which was there, and by itself it picked this up. Smart audience, and it's all automatic choice here. So yeah, and let's see one more. See, promote your page. See here again, with the content I had, it has picked up the see, be the headline and be the image or the primary text description, or at times it's called primary text here. So you have that ready in just one click. You have the other details here, daily budget. So it says this budget exceeds your account limit and won't be fully delivered. Increase your budget limit to 390. And also it recommends how much should be the minimum budget to start your ad. Okay, what we shall be going through here is, okay, here again, how do you navigate here is business.facebook.com, or you can go into your page and towards your left somewhere, when you log in to your Facebook business page, you should be seeing Meta Business Suite. Okay, that shall bring you here, this page, or you want to directly come here, come to this site. It's business.facebook.com, and if you go into all tools, you find Ads Manager here. Click on it. So here we should be seeing, how do we configure audience, set budget, and placement, and also you also will be getting insights of the same once the ad is active or it's live. So if this is your home page, and you have something called as A/B test, you shall be getting that in later point of time. I'll just tell you in brief what is it. Okay, so okay, when I click on this, it all gives me further instructions or what's the campaign about. So brand awareness shows your ads to people who are most likely to remember them. So these are people who have some affinity towards your business category. But if you go into reach, it's about maximum number of people without any of those previous considerations. So here shows ads to maximum number of people. That's it. That's plain and clear. The same on each. If you click, you'll be getting what the campaign is about. See traffic. It's send people to a website, app, or a Facebook event and let them tap to call you. So here it's an what do you say? Um, it's some intention driven, where the ad campaigns will be in such a way they will target the segments who are likely to call you up and or visit your website. Then you have app installs if you're an app creator and promoter. Then you have engagement. So this basically gets you more page likes, event responses, or post reacts, comments, or shares. So even they're very clear here. They have engagement type, whether you want engagement in terms of the commenting, sharing, or page likes. Yeah. So this is the structure: campaign, ad set, and ad. So keep that in your mind. It's going to come of use. Okay. Let's start with brand awareness. Continue. Okay. The first screen, what you'll be seeing is about campaign. So given the name of the campaign, because you'll be creating multiple campaigns on multiple ad set. So name them and it will be easy for you to identify them. So here it says any ad categories, special ad categories. So as in if it's concerned with credit, giving out loans or employment, housing, social issues, like if they're politicians, if they're politicians and those kind of sensitive topics, it's asking to mention in advance while creating ads because this will be shown to a lot of people and it should not be creating any kind of chaos. Okay, then budget type option, buying type option. That's the only option we have there. And campaign objective, which you already selected when we chose in awareness, we chose brand awareness. And A/B testing, which I was telling you there. It's basically like I told you, you can run multiple ads and also choose different kinds of audience. So if you keep this on, you'll be able to test what kind of campaign works best for you. But for now, just don't bother about this. Then campaign budget optimization. This works. You can keep this on. Campaign budget optimization will distribute your budget. So I told you if you can have two types of budget. This works great mostly on lifetime budget because you'll be putting in a bulk amount and it'll be spending across uh, those how it's scheduled and for a duration of time. So you can optimize it. So that's what this option is about. And depending on delivery optimization choices and bid strategy. So I was telling you about the bid strategy earlier. You can control spending each ad set. So that's the second line of the ad structure. Okay, for now I'll leave this off as well. Again, rename the ad set here. Okay, then you have an option called dynamic creative. Here it basically chooses the best image, headlines, and it'll automatically generate combinations. But we're doing it for the first time. Let's do it manually. So if you leave this on, it'll take content from the page you are creating this or a site. If it's you have a pixel which is connected to your website, it'll take it from there. So for time being, let's do it manually. Keep this off. Okay, and see here, it's saying these options are locked as well, and it's saying when are you charged. So you shall be paying. It's not for free here. Once we start the stopping of camping or running ads, it's about the commercial part of it. It's a paid marketing. So here it's telling you, it's letting you know when are you charged. When does Facebook charge you? It charges when there are impressions. Okay. More number of people your ads search for. Um, Likewise, you'll be charged from your budget. So next box or block we have the budget and schedule. So like I told you earlier, you have daily budget and also you have lifetime budget. And here it says lifetime budget ad set of 18,000 looks higher than usual. If it's correct, you can ignore this warning. So to start with, it says it's quite high. If you want, you can make changes, or if you wish to continue, you can do that as well. And for 7 days, Facebook itself is suggesting looks higher than usual. So then ads which are created, it's saying, I mean, not fine, I think, yeah, for a month. It's taken a month, not a week. So it says it's quite high. And if I go into daily budget, I can start much lower as well. Let's try 100. Let's see what it says. Reset your ad date to start with it. Okay, so I just reduced a bit more from 100. It says your budget must be at least 77 rupees 30 paisa or your ads may not be delivered. Please increase your budget for this ad set. So let's keep it 500 or say 400. And if an end date is set, the ad is going to be ending at that point of time or it goes on. Reset your date, it's in the past. Okay, let me set it tomorrow. That should solve the problem. So another option here is ad scheduling. So if I set it on daily budget, I'll not be having this option. But the minute I change it to a lifetime and say I'm running it for 10,000, and now here I get to schedule my ad because I am setting a budget which is a huge amount. So till it gets exhausted, my ads will be running. So if I don't schedule it, it might run all day and at unnecessary times, which my audience may not be, uh, they may not be available to view the ad. So it might go waste. But when you set a daily budget, it will optimize by itself and take care of when it should be shown. So here again, the last option every day, you can set an exact time for the entire week. Or if you want to do it manually for certain days, you can do that. See what I mean by this is in case your ad is starting at somewhere around 8 to 12, somewhere there, and then again 6 to, yeah, some point. And now that's just Monday, but I want that to be set for the entire week. Is what I can do here is or now if I don't want on some particular days, right click and it goes away. When you're initially starting, it's good to start with daily budget. You can track what exactly is happening and it'll be much easier. I'm just showing you those options as well. Okay, can be much lesser than this. That's an optimized and default amount set by Facebook. Not much lesser than 77 rupees, which was telling, because it might not be delivered to the right number of people, or maybe even not delivered itself. So that's a loss. And after which, the next block, what you see here, is audience. This is a very important, and this should continue forward for other concepts as well. So here, we're just configuring who we are showing the ad to. Earlier, I opened this page here, the same one when I was telling you about that story or slide about Saurabh. And at each time someone joins Facebook, how they're getting categorized. So the same one here. So I can create an audience. There's another option there where I can create an audience in advance and create an ad for that set audience itself. And also you must observe as we're working in this middle column here to the right side, you should be getting your estimates. And further down, you should be seeing preview as well. I mean, once you get into the design section of it. Okay, you get lookalike, that will come a little later once you start getting traffic into your page or site. So how can you set is create new custom audience. It'll take you to another page. So rather start here itself. Location. Choose whether you want to target entire country or you can just choose the city as well. Clear this and so here you get two options. One is include and exclude. So you can include certain parts of the city if you want, because if you run campaign or you feel those kind of audiences are not for your product and services, you can exclude, and you can also the main part is included. So for example, I take Bangalore. I can select multiple cities at times at once, and I can also set the radius around how much what circumference of Bangalore this ad has to be shown. If I push it too much, it goes to the outskirts and it might not make sense for the business category I am in. So that depends again. So bigger brands definitely they run it pan India, but if you're starting small, it's better just around a city, or even if you want to be very specific, you can to the I think just even the locality you can choose. But Bangalore would be a better option here. And there are two ways. One is that, and also if you can zoom in, you have the pin mode. Okay, so it's choosing the pin there. Has been changed from Bangalore to that location. I mean, that's Bangalore as well, but a specified location. And then you have age group. So you're on 18. So this was, we're doing this for a cafe. So I'll choose 50. Then you have detailed all demographics based on the affinity, interest, behavior, lifestyle. And there are two ways how we can go about this. One, search directly, or you can go into browse. So when you go into browse, you get a lot more options. But when you search, you get it straight away and you can select and go ahead. So in terms of education, uh, life events, new job, new relationship. So if you can just relate to that slide which I discussed earlier, see newlyweds, parents, work, interests, and all these lines we can target audiences. Basically, we can target people who are in the age group of 18 to 50 and in that geographical location which we have said. So here I'll say I can just look for cafe directly or say coffee, and that gets added interest food drink in the category of food and drink drinks. So coffee has come up there, and suggestions. So people who have interest in these kind of brands, coffee roasting. So you get all these options here and choose accordingly. Now, I was also telling you earlier there is affinity audience, there is in-market audience. Okay, affinity audience are people who have interest uh, towards certain category or certain topics. Then in-market are the people who are looking for it. So they are searching for that category of interest on Facebook or Google, wherever you're doing it, wherever you're creating a campaign. And then you also have behavior here. So in terms of digital activity, you have gamers and people using Facebook with payments, older devices. If you want to show ads, come up with a new device, you can target them specifically. So it says Facebook access, old device, and OS. You can choose according to the browser. So this is it goes on. There's a lot which you can configure for mobile device user, network connection, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi. Look at the level of sophistication there is, and that's how much it categorizes users. So just select a couple. Let's go ahead. Now, why this? Oh, not be food is all good. I think I should remove hobbies and interests, arts and music. So keep a relevant set of people who you're targeting again. Hobbies, no. And once you do that, you can check out the other options here. Languages. So English, then definitely local language. And you can add in Hindi as well if you want. Okay, now once you do all this, you can save this audience and you can get this kind of audience again for another campaign if you wish to. But let's continue ahead. Next, what you see there is placement, and this is very important. You can let Facebook decide, or you can manually set the placement where your ads to be shown. So here you have options of Instagram, audience network, and Messenger. Okay, it also recommends what kind of dimensions of images and what pixel size, how much it should be in case you're adding videos or images. So it's recommending to the right side. So each time you click on that, so for example, and Facebook news feed, so it's recommending to have it in square 1:1, 1:1, and if you're doing videos vertical format, Instagram feed again 1:1. So you should be getting the hints here, and accordingly you can create it on Canva. There's another site, I think it's called placeit.net. So you can create great Insta videos as well for your. I mean, if you're into Instagram and uploading it daily, just check it out. It's called placeit.net. 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 Okay, you can create instant videos on that, so which you can make use of for this as well. And just remember, video is the most consumed format on the internet or any platform. Images are great. Yeah, I can create creatives and or just add images and add text to that. That's okay. But if you want more people, you want to engage more people in your content, video format is the way to go. So here, if I just choose the option automatic version, let Facebook do that. And also here, if you observe, there is option of devices. I can choose whether it should be on mobile, desktop. I should be seeing a lot more configurations when we go into Google Ads. You can even set it a lot more depth there. So you want to show this ad only on desktop, PC, laptops. You can choose desktop, or if it should be on mobile platform, just choose mobile. And going ahead, two more options. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about Android, iOS. So in depth, you can configure for whom this ad is supposed to be shown. Then also I think there's block for this. Topic block list, certain things which you don't want to be shown, then block it there. And next. Okay, so this is the section where your audience will be able to see, and this also is the final section of it. So first is the campaign, then you have your ad set, and finally the ad. So at any point of time you want to see how it looks, or uh, if these different sections and blocks are confusing, you can check out this. I'll just show you. You have this option. Okay, in case I go into ad set now, and I want to see what are the details. See, there are too many things you're distracting. So I want to see what configurations I have done and what has been set. You have this option of review. So there'll be no distraction and just what you have selected. See here. A little less clutter without all those boxes, and you can straight away see what is the configurations you made. And this comes of help mostly for the last stage. but you can make use of it in the first and the second, or yeah, the first and the second as well. Like you see, there are two options: one you can edit, one you can review. So automatically it has again picked up an image from the digital edge, but I'll choose the business page here, say Cafe Rush, and again don't forget to name the ad again, because you'll be running multiple ads under one ad set. Okay, and if you have already connected, like I showed you yesterday, if you have connected your account to your Instagram page, so you can run the ads there as well. For this page, I haven't done it yet. So if you're creating a business page and if you have an account, and if this is something which you want to take it forward, please connect it right away. So it'll be much easier. I'm sure by now you're familiar. Like if you post a story on Insta, you can also have the options of that being displayed on Facebook. Very similarly, here as well, you can create an ad on Facebook, and that shall be shown on placed, rather, that's a better word, will be placed on Instagram as well. So depending on what image you have chosen, some I mean, what do you say? Some dimensions here will not be shown. So each time you're going, if you're choosing certain, say here, if it's feeds, Instagram feeds, then Facebook Marketplace. If it's accepted, it'll show you like this. If not connected, or the dimensions are not going well with it, will not display that, and that's okay. Just choose the places where it has to be shown. Okay, there's another format as well. How you can create an ad. You can have a single image or video. Try videos if you're running ads. It's gonna give you better results in general. That's observed. And carousel, you can have a carousel as well. Basically, if you see any of these social media platforms, it's all about scrolling. We scroll, we just scroll all day. We TikTok, we have when we had TikTok, we used to scroll, and the same pattern we observe now on Insta and YouTube as well. We don't just go watch one video and come out of video. I mean, we come out of YouTube. It's an addiction. So once we start, we see multiple, and that's how our screen time goes on for hours together. I'm sure most of us will be having more than 8 to 10 hours easily. More than that, definitely. I'm talking about screen time. So here again, so in that pattern, to break that scrolling pattern, and especially in Insta, carousel will be of great help. So basically, you'll be adding 5 to 6 images, say around 5 images, which instead of the, what do you say, the vertical pattern of scrolling, all of a sudden you get an ad which is horizontal. So this works well as well. This is good. So as you add images, it'll be coming to the, it'll be hidden to the right side, and as you swipe, it comes up. And you also have collection where multiple images are shown, but stick to for now we can stick to a single image or video. I've created one just to save time. Let me bring that up. And next, see, this is the final stage here. Mostly, like in terms of design comes in. So here you choose the media where it has to be. I mean, you pick the image first. Add media. Wow, there's so many previous images. It's taking time to upload. Then just choose the one I've downloaded now. Is there a lag in screen, or are you able to see it as I speak? Should be in downloads. Let me check. Okay, I just came up with one. Um, I think it's getting uploaded. Wait a minute. I'll try it one more time. Okay. Okay, choose the image. Next. Okay, now it's the checker dots. What you see is a transparent one, and depending on what dimensions you're choosing, will be you'll be getting this. See, if I take 1:1 ratio, so I'm going to be okay. So just take this, and it'll recommend you which dimension will be good. Now again, if I want to add for stories and reels, what I'll do is see right away changing resizing on Canva is not possible. Just Control plus A, select everything and open another tab and take the dimension which Facebook suggests, and accordingly you can just paste it there, and again place the icons logo back in place, and right away bring in the other format. See here again, see for the first one it's okay, because what I've done earlier is I've gone to Canva and home. Okay, I chose this canvas which directly it says Facebook ad. So you can create one more, take Insta, that should be a little more squarish, and the other formats will be accepted. So yeah, so here if you type Facebook ad, it'll give you a dimension there. So that is around 1200 by 628 pixels. So that has fit just perfect there. For the other stories, and again, see, same thing. I'll just come over to Canva and say stories. Okay, so you get Facebook story there. I think it took cover story only like this. Let me go back to template. Or at times opening multiple tabs also will slow this down a bit. Anyway, you give this a try. Just one format should be the Facebook ad, and then try Facebook story, and then paste in the same content there. Just align them back together, because you don't have the option of resizing the created design. That's not possible. So open another tab, copy everything there what you've done, and align it back in place. Okay, I'll close Canva because it's taking a lot of internet and slowing down. 1 minute. Okay, so if you see here, the original has just perfect there. Done. And it will be getting a preview. So it's saying CTA has not been added, which we can do next. Okay, then primary text, I'll try getting the one which we used earlier. Let me see if I have it in notes. Because typing in will take time. Yeah, I do have it here. I think we're limited by characters, obviously. So let's see how much is possible. I'll keep it simple. Copy. Okay, add options. You can add another primary text which will come up later. But again, for which another image is required. I'll close this for now. Okay, add destination. So like we were seeing earlier, what is the goal of this? If you want this to be shown, we are doing brand awareness. Along with that, if you still want to take them to certain place, you can do that. Okay, then headline. So don't worry if some images are not showing because it's basic that dimension is not uploaded. The minute you choose stories and the other formats, it will be showing up for you. Or also, if it's Facebook and stream, then it will not be displayed. So that's all right now. General Facebook feeds, this should be shown. Newsfeed, Instagram. If you find any kind of issues, just reload the image and that should be okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, see here, mobile news feeds, no issues. Select a different format. Now again, for that, you need to change. So if you manually change this, yeah, you can come up only places that shall be shown. For which again, I have to go back one step. But for now, just skip that. And what else? Headline. So say launch offer, or say launching soon. Cafe Rush. If possible, I'll add Bangalore. Let's see. Okay. So here a bit generous. See again, what happens is when you see it in the headline here, I think I'll have to just edit the media again. 1 minute. Seems okay here. Okay, I'll quickly just add in the image again. Okay. It's asking for another format for Facebook. That's okay. So I was telling you earlier, you need to just choose the dimension, create a couple of images, and you have the option of adding multiple images. But right now we're doing single image. So once you do that, according to the placement, it'll show up there. All right. Then you can add in multiple headlines. At least have two there. Okay, I'll say Bangalore's. There's a slight delay. One second. Just check the refresh the network. Okay, it's still taking from the still. That's all right. Okay, so this is the destination. So in case you set a link to where you are taking the traffic, you have to, given the link there. Here, for example, say www.kteras.com. It can be any link where you're taking them to. All right, and that should be it. And in terms of this, see here, it's asking link field. Yeah, that's given. So any errors or something is not right when you're creating an ad, it'll show up here. So before your ad is created, I mean, you publish it, just make sure it's corrected. How much time do you have? 10, 15 minutes. Okay. I've closed Canva now. If I open Canva again, it's going to take time. So I hope you have understood till here. Any doubts? Okay. So you shall be creating an ad and sharing it tomorrow on WhatsApp group. I'm yet to get the business page and Facebook profile. Is it possible to send it today? Today is Thursday. Sure. Okay, so here, so we were getting an alert here. Are you sure by weekend? Thursday, so do you consider Friday weekend as well, or Saturday, Sunday? Anyhow, it's okay. So create one. If you can tag along, create. As if you have a laptop along with you, uh, doing one will be great. If not, after session or tomorrow sometime, just give it a go. So you'll be in pace with this. So any point you have doubts, you can ask me as well. Okay. So here it's reminding us required field is missing. So I told you anytime when you're finishing the ad, if you're getting any errors or just check that. That will help you. Don't be worried. It's okay. It'll just remind you what is not being filled, and once you do that, your ad shall be complete. So here what we missed is there are two things here. One, display link, and if you observe the preview here to the right, okay, let's load up. So it's taking the primary text there. That's okay, but again, if you want headline, see, it was showing the minute I added another primary text that went away. Anyway, so here, okay, yeah. So yeah, it got clear. Let me type in this again. Okay, now, and you also have a CTA here, so you can ask them to take action. Can be regarding if it's any kind of audio, they can you can take them to SoundCloud or Spotify if it's about music or any podcast. Then you have apply now, book now, contact, download, get show timings if it's an event, or learn more. Shall you can take them to the website. So here there are two options here. One is the website URL, actual page in your website, and the other one is the display link. So display link will be shown here in the creative here, and site is the page in the website. Which page are you taking them to? That specific URL should be mentioned here. See, for example, so if we intend to take it to my home page, so that's how it's going to be seen. And again, the last part there, what you see is if you want tracking to be on, you will have to connect it to Pixel. So you'll be getting the data on the conversion which is going to be happening. Okay, you can skip that. But for now, see here, not enough degree of freedom able to add. Okay, because I've chosen, I need to change this. Okay, I need to go into Canva. Let me just do this quickly. Yeah, please at least make sure try give it a try, and sometime by weekend you should be sending a screenshot. Okay, I'll just bring in the existing content itself. Or I'll take a random preset that should save us time as well. I'll quickly take a photo here in the preset and let's use that itself. Or say if this doesn't work, well, for time being, let's pick an image in the gallery there. So we can do this. We can finish it tomorrow and continue that. But for timing, just to finish this off, let me download this. Okay, go back to that. Yeah, add the image, delete. So I think my net is a bit slow, or the opening multiple tabs has slowed down browser rather. But initially when I uploaded, it didn't have an issue. I just made some changes and it didn't accept later. Let's try this. Upload. It's in downloads. Okay, it's here. It'll take a few seconds to process. Yeah. So now the recommendations are changed. See if you observe here. Before it had taken the original, now it's taken a different format. So based on what dimensions you take the image, it changes. and there are chances now it will be showing up on feeds as well. That is Facebook feeds, and you should be seeing the rest of the options. Yeah. This definitely takes time. Okay, so you need to practice, and what I really need here is if you can take a screenshot, just take a screenshot of something like this, and that is going to be your assignment. Yeah, so create one ad and take a screenshot like this. Okay, so here you have, it's taken the primary texture. That's okay. Here, if you see, this is the display. That's the display link. You have a CTA and the headline: Cafe Rush blows new premium cafe, and yeah, the image. So give this a go, and one of you have committed by weekend. What do others say? When can you do this? Chandana says it's by weekend. Others, when can you give this a go? I'm not forcing you to do this, but if you can, it'll be great. Yeah. Okay. So you all in for weekend itself. Okay, great. So any doubts, anything to be cleared before we close the session? Understood? Okay, great. All right. Thank you all. I think it's sharp 8. Yeah, 1 minute. Anyway, thank you all. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.